Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chubby Cat. I'm your host, Thomas Conyers, and I'm joined by Jason Kaufman and Sterling Morris. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. I don't know what you're going with here.
Good afternoon.
I was going to do like a CNN interview,
okay.
but you know.
Walter Cronkite?
Yeah, just very subtle.
Walter Cronkite.
I'm Walter Cronkite.
You almost sounded like a Dateline report.
Oh, yeah.
Please,
Today we're going deep undercover.
sugar, is it bad for you? Find out at 11. Please, sit down. Please, sit down. Why were you here? I just wanted to hang out with, cool kid I met online. Then why did you bring Pepsi? Pepsi, what was it? Pepsi Fire.
Pepsi. Oh, God.
Why did you
not
bring
Pepsi
Fire?
Why did you bring the Pepsi Fire?
You know those cinnamon undertones could only lead to trouble.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. All over
Sorry.
Snapchat.
That just made me feel absolutely... Ugh.
I didn't even have a sip. I literally just
Defiled.
smelled Gabe's and it was awful.
It was, I didn't even want it.
I was like, he offered. I was like, no, thank you.
That's why I think I would never like Big Red. Like
You would not.
You
Big
would
Red
not.
is the worst.
people
Yeah.
rave about how great Big Red is. I'm like, that doesn't sound great. That does not sound like a soda I would want to
Have you
partake
ever
in.
wanted to drink a hot tamale?
Nope, because I don't like hot tamales.
That
That
Big
is
Red.
Big Red.
Yeah, who
That
the
is
fuck
Big
drinks
Red.
that? Who drinks that and is like, this is satisfying.
This is so good. No idea.
Yeah.
Texans.
Texans.
What's
Yeah,
up, Texas?
Pretty much.
The South.
Yeah,
South.
you
Southern
could say
thing.
it's a very... Most cinnamon-flavored things.
Yeah.
I'm
Real
pretty
quick,
sure that's where Fireball
if
got
Texas
started.
had the choice, do you think they would like become their own country?
Yes.
If it was
we
viable, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't work out well, but...
Like, what if we reverted back to like the 13 colonies, then Texas? What was California? California was owned by the
It's part of
Spaniards.
Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, so was technically Texas.
So was Arizona
Yeah.
and New Mexico
Yeah.
Nevada.
and Nevada. Pretty much most of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we just kind of woke up one day and they were like,
And then we
"This is the border now."
and then we said they started a war,
Yeah.
and then we really started a war, and then we did like one like really brutal like troop movement and like kind of a battle, and we're like, do you want more of this, or you could just give us all of this?
Just give us
thing.
this thing.
Just
You
give it
don't
to
want
us.
it.
We have this thing, you may have heard of it. It's called Manifest Destiny. You're kind of in the way.
Yeah, we
I
kind
want
of.
to scoot that back to, about the Rio Grande.
Coast to coast, not coast to Mexico.
You know, it's a little-
That's the slogan.
Yep.
You know, we're gonna go this far because this is like perfect, but it's like hot down there, so no. And we
You're-
get sunburn.
We're just saying we're not trying to take over your country. We're just trying to redefine your borders.
Yeah.
It's just a crinkling bag. If you're
Sorry
wondering what
about
that was, no, it's fine.
I doubled down with my
With the
Here it
Coke.
comes.
beverage. Yep. That's it.
Oh, Big
Brought to you by refreshing Coca-Cola.
Brought to you by Big Red.
Not by,
Oh,
brought
God,
by Coca-Cola. I wish, dude. If we were making that Coca-Cola bucks.
Ugh. Yeah.
Honestly, even if we're making Big Red bucks, I wouldn't drink it, but
Actually,
I would talk
no.
less shit about
But
it.
I would have a can of it present for every podcast.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, guys. 1 second. Hello? Yes, no, this is he. Oh, I guess I gotta take this. This is Big Red.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, sweet.
Hey. No. I can wait. No, we're just, we're recording podcast. That's cool.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck up.
Really? So you like what you hear? No, it's great. It's great. No, I definitely would be interested in like a sponsorship or something you're talking about.
And they're not concerned with all this. Oh, they haven't heard this episode
I
yet.
know, exactly.
Oh no. So commercial and broadcast deal. Yeah. Okay. So you're more like boy band. I don't understand. You haven't heard her sing? No. Okay. No. We love Big Red here. No, we were big fans. Big fans of Big Red.
Big.
Sterling, start thinking of a new
Um.
new intro for this
I
episode.
know it. God, I gotta.
Really? Really? You want us to drink Big Red live on camera
This might be a deal breaker.
in front of the White House with Donald Trump?
Oh God. Okay.
For how much?
As long as there's no like exclusivity contract, then we
That's
can
true.
only drink Big
No. That sounds great.
God,
That sounds
would
great.
make-
No.
Yeah.
I mean, do I have to touch Trump? Okay, then yeah, deal. Awesome. Cool. No. Yeah, my people will talk to your people. Great.
When did Thomas get people? Does he mean us?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, dude. You know how you make yourself sound bigger? You go, oh no, let me get you answering. Hello, this is Tom's secretary, and then you go, let me get him on the phone. And
Okay, Trump
Yeah. Seriously, that was solid. I like that I'm setting up Destiny.
literally took
The
an
beta while
interview
we're
as
doing
his own
this.
aide for
Yeah.
People magazine.
yeah,
and then was like, "That was me.
That was.
We have you on record. It's your voice."
No.
No.
If I would change my voice, I'd be like, "Hello, this is Tom's secretary."
I mean, I know I could never play a hunter, guys. Sorry, Destiny beta, but
Yeah, it's
casual
last day of the
throwing
beta.
The knife is really
Yeah,
You
don't.
could.
I mean, try it out. It's
You
the
could play
beta,
Hunter.
dude.
Why would you not?
Yeah, try the beta. It's the beta.
I know.
Open your
I
eyes.
can't move. I stand and fight. That's fine.
I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
Gonna
Worst
get
case scenario, you play the intro and you're like, "This
Nah.
is not for me."
This is terrible.
But anyways, guys, we have a $1,000 deal with Big Red.
Done.
Sick. They're dropping that big corporate money.
Yep.
I
Only
mean,
thing is we have to
really-
fly ourselves out to Washington D.C., put ourselves up in a hotel,
Oh, sick.
And then-
we got like a $45 deal with Big Red.
yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick.
We get it for cheaper.
We are making it.
We know. We have some friends who are airline people.
Yeah.
Just saying.
There was something about dunking one of us in like one of those like pitch
Oh, 100%
machines.
Sterling.
Well, yes, no,
I just
definitely
noticed
Sterling.
I was like, I'm gonna get dunked in Big Red, aren't I?
Yeah. The only thing is the cylinder is like 30 feet high, so it's more of like a deep diving pool.
That's a lot of Big Red.
It is a lot of Big
Be
Red.
dunked
I don't know.
into.
It's like some weird like Big Red Donald Trump promotion. You know, like he wants to be called Big Red for some reason at the UN. So I don't know.
Okay.
Something about his
I think the only
toupee.
thing that would be like a bigger nightmare for Sterling would be going into like a strawberry soda.
Yeah, like a vat of
Oh,
strawberry.
what was those Fantas? But there was another like strawberry soda that was really big back in the day, back in the 90s.
There
The
was.
Nandes.
I can't
I
remember.
remember what it was.
Yeah, it was almost like along the lines of like Sunkissed. I want to feel like
Yeah.
saying, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to say it.
I feel like saying it, so I'm gonna.
So I'm gonna.
Sunkiss.
Speaking of deep pools, I saw this really sick video.
I love it. I love it.
Online where this guy who's a deep sea diver broke the world record, or not the world record, but like deep dived into this pool. And it was like weird, like it was like 3 levels, and then it was a long cylinder that takes 2 minutes to free fall from the top to bottom.
Yeah, and he did it without any scuba diving gear, right?
Yeah, no scuba diving gear, and the cameraman who also went with them, no scuba diving gear.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's.
I thought the
intimidating.
cameraman had scuba diving gear.
No, both free, like let out air and just
Free diving.
free dived all the way down.
Yeah, I saw that video, and like you get to the bottom, and it's like black down there.
Yeah.
It's just like, and you like look up, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was the one. I mean, I'm sure there's money things of what would have stopped me from being like a Navy SEAL, but my dad used to work at the Bud base, and they had a similar thing where like I watched a training video, and you would go down the cylinder, and you have to go down, tie a knot, come up slowly, take like you had like 3 seconds to take a breath, go back down, tie another knot, and it was a long, like, I don't know, if you ever drive past it, you'll see it's like this long. It looks like a water tower, but it's like people dive in that.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. Plus
ain't
all the
feeling it.
ocean training and whatnot you have to do.
Also, like, it doesn't matter, like, how much I weigh. Like, even when I was like a twig when I was a child, I fucking float. I
Yeah.
could never free fall.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so buoyant.
I do not sink.
They'd be like, all right, now just like let out air and sink down. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm gonna get kicked out of the Navy SEALs because I can't sink.
I can't sink. I can't
You
sink.
can't swim like down. You have to just let your body.
Yeah, you
be
just
meant to-
fall.
No, I can't. I have to swim.
It's pretty easy. You just go lamp and
It doesn't work.
No,
like
it does
that.
not. I just float right to the top, man.
I will literally, I would swim to the bottom and
Mm-hmm.
then completely relax my body and instantly go back up to the top.
Maybe it's a weird Darwin thing.
Don't know. I float.
float.
Yeah. Left-handed people rule the world. But yeah.
Because you can sink?
Why?
Like, is that
Because you
what-
sink?
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the case, but okay.
I'm just thinking about it, like if predators were coming, and I was like, get in the water, and then I was like, hiding under the water, and then like
I like his warble with water.
go under the water, and then you guys would float. Like, how much would that suck? Okay, scenario.
That's the one
Scenario.
survivability.
3 of us are at Lake Placid. No, not Lake Placid. What's that's the crocodile movie. What's
Yes,
Friday the
good movie.
13th? Because I don't want to sink in Lake Placid.
It's Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake.
Camp
Yeah,
Crystal Lake, but
Jason's coming. Boom, boom.
Half the time he's like in the water anyways. You're not super
Yeah.
safe out there.
he doesn't like the water. That's the thing.
He
He
doesn't-
literally does not.
He's in a boat. He's on
There's
a
literally
raft.
only been one scenario where he's killed someone from the water, actually.
Yeah. But
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of, but I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen him kill people from
he
the
has
water.
killed, yeah, from the dock. Yeah, he's jumped out of the water and grabbed. But he's on a boat. And we're like, okay, the only way we can get away from him is we gotta go under the water and lose him.
I mean, if we're on a boat,
No, he's on a boat.
Oh, he's on a boat.
So
Oh, okay.
we
He's
He's on a
dive.
different boat from us?
We're in the water.
Oh, okay.
We were like splashing around having fun times. And all
I'm
of a
just trying
sudden,
to understand
Damn,
the
this-
scene.
this-
and we're
scenario.
swimming. We're having some
scene.
swims. We like pop overhead. I'm like, oh, what's that weird dude doing in a boat? And like, just imagine like Jason in a mask just standing there. Like, I was like, I'm gonna get you. And it's like dive,
What?
dive,
What's that noise?
dive. So we go underwater,
Jason,
and then this is what I imagine. I'm just underwater. I'm like hanging out, like as the boat like coming by, and I see you guys underwater with me, and then you guys just slowly start floating up to the surface. And I'm just gonna be like, I guess I have no friends now because they just got
that-
stabbed by a machete.
that would be bad, but I mean, the alternative is I just keep swimming downwards. I just
Yeah.
I like it's not like I don't know how to swim.
Right.
I just can't not move in the water and stay put.
So you got to keep like.
But I can
Constantly, like,
I
pushing.
can, like push my hands up and like
Yeah.
stay underwater.
Okay.
I can remain like beneath surface level. It
Yeah.
just takes more effort.
All right. I'm just, it's good to know as, my best friends, I need to know your strengths and weaknesses. And
Mine is apparently sugar, but that's neither here nor there.
also the buoyancy could be worked in my favor. Like fucking,
Yeah, if I've lost the sea, I'm like, well,
plane
don't
crash.
need a life jacket.
Plane crash. I just like lash you two together.
Oh.
Fucking got myself a jackdaw, like from Titanic. Just hang out.
on our corpses.
Hopefully you're still alive, but I guess if you died, like,
I mean, I feel like if I had another like human male like laying on top of me, I
No.
would not be that buoyant.
like side by side. And then like I would just like use you as a flotation device.
Still not sure you understand the concept.
Like airplane seat cushions.
Like I float, but if I had like a lead weight on my leg, I would not float.
I don't know.
If you were holding on to me,
We'll put this to the test.
wouldn't float.
We lost Sterling. He's playing
It's
Destiny
okay.
now.
I
I know.
feel
I
like
just
I really needed to pause here, but I don't know what's going on.
I enjoy how Jason at least had the wherewithal to turn off his video game.
I know I should have. I really should have.
You should have. You,
This is
you
embarrassing.
should actually. You don't have to just pause it. You don't have to turn it off. Just
Literally, if you die, there's no penalty.
Oh, I don't know how to. I
It's-
don't know if I've ever paused. How do I do this, guys?
Just hit start.
just
Oh,
hit the
use pause.
start button.
That's it. Okay.
What do you mean you never paused before?
How, I don't pause games. I just play.
You have to pause to manage your inventory.
Oh my
We
god.
know how good I am at that.
Yeah.
Okay. My apologies.
Fucking stupid.
Good old Sterling.
You guys are breaking my balls here. So I've had this article that I was totally stoked to bring up to you guys today. I was like, And then I was researching the article because, we're good reporter journalists here on the Chubby Cat Network. We do not.
on the Chubby Cat.
We do not bring you fake news, but what I'm about to bring to you ended up being fake news.
Like, we're still going to discuss
Classic.
it with the caveat it is fake.
Because I want to talk about fake shit on the internet and how people fall victim to it. I think it's a good subject.
Oh,
So
solid.
the star from iCarly, I already forgot her name because she's so forgettable.
Wow, that's really
Savage.
Ouch.
What have you done since School Rock? What has she done?
I don't think was she. Oh yeah, School of Rock may have been the last thing she was in.
What else has she done? Tell me.
I can't really think of anything. I know Jeanette McCurdy has done more. Sam from
I
iCarly.
think she has her own show, right?
Yeah, she did.
All right.
What she's on the Jeanette McCurdy's on the show.
Yeah.
She was on a Netflix one too.
She was
about
on the
gaming.
In-Betweeners.
Yes.
Or In Between?
In between.
In between.
In between.
Yeah, about like the age. Like once you hit a certain age, you like die off in this town.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good show. I liked it.
Yeah, I was like, I
I
was trying
find-
to remember the name of it, but yeah.
I find her very attractive.
Okay.
I'm glad
Taking it there.
iCarly could not tell you
Okay.
anything.
I'll look up her IMDb after this while we discuss. So her name is Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh, Cosgrove.
Cosgrove,
Yeah, that's
okay, that
right. I
name's
remember
familiar.
that. Yeah.
So supposedly this article launched. I read it a couple days ago. She was arrested for prostitution, like propositioning a undercover police officer for
I
prostitution.
could easily say that was fake right off the bat.
Whoa. This is why I led myself to believe it, because the article wasn't like on. It wasn't on like the Onion or something like that. Like it was like a site that I'm like normally like, oh, okay, this is like normally like
On the up and up.
good, like
Pretty reputable.
this is like,
Okay.
I mean, it's still gossip, but it's still like, okay, like this is still a thing. Like,
What was the site?
huh?
Was it TMZ?
No, if it was TMZ, I'd be like, ah. But like that was the thing, like, because I was like, oh, like actually, because when I read articles or read headlines that are clickbait, I actually like to read the articles.
Yeah.
So I'm not like,
That is true.
I'm not, like every other American. But yeah, so she was arrested for prostitution, and like this is what led me to believe that the article was real, because I was like, what has she been in lately? And I know actors sometimes.
What
Times
else
are
does
that
she
rough?
have going?
Yeah,
for
I was
her
like, I mean,
besides
she
her
is pretty
body?
attractive. and then I guess, I mean, now that I read that it was like fake and stuff, like it kind of makes sense because there was one line in there of her recorded. It was her voice recorded, and it was like, "Fuck me harder than Drake and Josh ever could." Like was one of the lines she screamed
Wow.
out.
Okay, that was
Whoa.
obviously fake.
Yeah.
So like in
BS.
hindsight, I'm like,
Oh my god.
but I just remember
Oh
listening to
my
his recording
God.
and being like, "Fuck, Miranda, like, that's like pretty hardcore." Josh just got married. Like he's your brother.
Oh yeah, that was some beef right there. Did you hear about that?
What?
Did you hear about the Drake and Josh beef?
No, but so
Josh
anyways, it was
Wedding?
fake.
We will get
She
there.
did not get arrested for prostitution, and I'm gonna look up what she's doing. Why you guys talk about Drake and Josh? But I brought that up because don't ever believe what you read. Like research for yourself and make your own opinion. Fight the power.
There it
Internet
is.
neutrality. It's a real thing.
I mean, that's not really tight.
It's really not. It's
No.
It's all about net neutrality, but it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the validity of reporting.
That's like when you just kept yelling Brexit for a while there.
Brexit. It's a thing, man.
Oh, Brexit.
Yeah, we know. We know it's a thing, but yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
so go ahead about
Okay,
Drake
so-
and Josh.
I don't obviously know like all the details. I think his tweet actually got pulled down after
Whose
a
tweet?
while.
Josh or Drake?
Drake's.
Okay.
So Josh got married.
Yes. To
Good for him.
very attractive woman.
Yeah. And
Very, very well done, Josh.
he
Beck.
became an attractive man.
He did. You fucking
You
tell
done
me
good,
what
bro.
you did.
You done good.
He turned around.
You
and did
you were the
not-
funny man that went hard and
Did
you
not
won it for
invite
us.
Drake to the wedding.
Okay.
Drake Bell was less than pleased.
Less than thrilled.
But have you
went
seen
up.
Drake Bell lately?
No.
He's kind of creepy and like I feel like he's
Kinda?
he like he's like a symbiote, but like not the cool kind that gives you awesome like black Spider-Man suit. He's more like the I've become fat and have no one. Please, Josh, hang out with me. Let's relive the old days.
Yeah, I've not seen him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just saw the tweets that he posted where he's like, guess, like it was something like, oh, like guess is what happens when you forget where you started or something, like
Wow.
like thought you were my brother or something. Like I was like, I got like really
He
personal.
got real.
First
And,
off,
like-
he started on the Amanda show, so
He did. That's
Yeah.
true.
fuck that.
But yeah, I mean it definitely was one of those like didn't call any names, but nobody did know he wasn't talking
Yeah.
about Josh.
Just
So
unapologetic.
yeah, I think that's not great. I
It's not horrible, but like I mean,
well, not great.
like this picture, if this was still him, it's pretty good, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think he's there anymore.
Except
No.
he looks a little. I hate to say it's mean, but he looks a little strung outish. Like,
Yeah.
That looks like the kind of abs you develop with a serious addiction.
Yeah. He is the voice of Ultimate Spider-Man. He seems to be like the voice of the new Peter Parker and all the new animated series that have been
Interesting.
coming out.
That's because he still sounds like he's like a 17-year-old boy. But I mean, that's not an offense. I mean, heck, man, you do your work, and that's
Dude, yeah,
awesome.
if you can get a niche, you get a niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was pissed.
He
Did
was
Josh
pissed.
did
He
Josh
was-
reply?
I think the tweet got pulled down, but it circulated for like a couple of days.
Right on.
It might still be
Sweet.
up too. I do not recall.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good stuff.
So Miranda
Cosgrove.
Cosgrove has been
Miranda cosplay.
has done a lot of animation movies, which it's not a bad thing.
No, not
but
at all.
Most of them are Despicable Me because she plays the older girl in Despicable Me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then
Wouldn't have placed that.
I can hear that now that I think about it.
she's been in a lot of short films. Most of them, I'm assuming, are music videos because it's like Miranda Cosgrove dancing crazy, Miranda Cosgrove kissing you, Miranda Cosgrove rain and sunshine, Miranda Cosgrove about you now,
Are we gonna go through the whole
Miranda
list?
Cosgrove stay my baby.
This is good radio.
Yeah, this is all. I'm just gonna read a list of
Dance
things.
projects.
All of her So basically, it's been Despicable Me.
Cool.
And then
Hey, that's still a thing. I mean, the most
that's-
recent one just came
That's
out.
more big budget movies than I've been in. So
Yeah,
I can't
this is
exactly.
true. This is true.
Exactly.
But now you can see why I'm like, oh man, if she's not pulling that Despicable Me money, Maybe she found a really attractive bro.
Despicable Me 3 just came out, right?
Literally.
And we were at the theaters with a couple of older grown men that were waiting to see
juiced.
it was very odd. We went and saw Baby Driver, I think,
Oh, okay.
was
I
what
think.
we were seeing. No,
No, okay.
it must have been Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, because you showed up
Yeah,
Yeah.
like later and you smacked me on the ass.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was when we were seeing Spider-Man, and we were behind, and we thought they were joking at first. They're like, "Oh yeah, like Despicable Me 3, like oh yeah,
It was like a dad and a
it was a
son,
dad and a son.
like an older son,
son
like
was
Older.
like 29,
something. Yeah.
Okay.
like
These are gentlemen are
older.
adults.
Yeah, dad was like in his 60s, son was late 20s, possibly 30s. Like son was balding. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
he was not a young man.
He was not a young stallion.
And then like dad got a phone call and was like, "Oh yeah, man, like we like
good
what's
time.
up? Oh, we're gonna go see Despicable Me 3." And the guy was like, "Yeah, man, like I'll let you know how it is. Like we're pretty excited." Like, and he kept talking. I'm like, he isn't joking.
He's not. Like, this is not
This
ironic.
isn't a bit or an ironic thing. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go see Despicable Me.
3.
No, he's definitely father and son are gonna go see Despicable Me 3,
You know.
and they were jacked about it.
All right.
Like,
Hey.
very excited.
Okay.
To everyone their own taste, but that might be like a wait till DVD, if at all, kind of movie.
Or like, bring your kids and like use them as an excuse to go see it because you
I
know.
don't feel like this child's spawned any further children.
Yeah,
No.
that's probably
No.
the end. Probably the end.
You look at his taste and what he had going for him. He wasn't presenting a whole lot to the
Yeah,
table.
that's
We'll say. So yeah, there's that.
There's
Other
that.
side, Jeanette McCurdy. You're really attractive, and I enjoy following your Instagram account because you're always posting very inspirational and good stuff. But yeah. So anyway,
Bringing it around,
Bringing it back
closing
around.
it out.
On Instagram.
There you go.
can't help it. She's really.
So, I had a question for you guys. It came up so at work. I see some interesting policies that, like, while I'm auditing.
By the way, if you're
Yeah.
talking in the background, it is Jason's family. We are recording inside the house again because AC is life.
Gotta get that AC.
The AC is amazing.
It's like 98 degrees outside, and
with
we
like 70% humidity.
we cannot record in Chubby Cat Studios with the AC going.
Yeah.
So this blessed corner of the house is delicious.
It's fantastic.
And I'll try to edit down the background noise, but then it makes us sound really flat. So
But as a caveat, so just in case.
We'll do our best.
But yeah, don't bash us for who we are.
If you were to actually post a rating, maybe then I think we could say they weren't bashing us.
Yeah.
But you know what?
If we had any kind of following and a rating,
Nothing at
maybe
all.
we could afford a better setup.
Yeah. All right. So
So anyways, so I saw this policy, and this girl was the wife of a man who was 17 years older than her. I'm like, he is authentically old enough to be your father.
Yeah,
I don't know what's happening right now.
that's a lot.
We're like doing dishes.
oh, you're fine. You're louder than it. It's just I can hear it. So
Yeah.
go for it. So she's 17 years older.
He was 17
He
years
was
older
17
than her.
years old.
Oh.
Guy was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I know some of these
You
situations.
do. Thomas
Yeah.
is very.
Do I know this
pointed.
person?
Probably
Is this
not.
Guess Who right now?
Probably not.
No, but good.
Have I know this woman in the biblical sense?
No.
No.
You have not.
I mean, good for you if you did, but
mean-
no.
I can't say definitively, but no.
Real quick, what if that was my thing? What if I was only into women who have been with like
Much older.
much
men.
older men?
I mean,
You're like, I'm into women my same age, but who have a proclivity for men
Who are like in their 40s
who
or
are in
50s.
their, like 50s or 60s.
the
This guy was.
ones who could easily have children the age of the girl they previously dated.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like legitimately 17 years old. Okay, so
Okay.
my question is, what is the like? I think we've talked before about like the low end of our spectrum of. Whoa, good save.
Thank you.
Of like where we would like be willing to date. Obviously,
yeah.
I'm exempt from this.
Yes, you.
But what's like the high end? Like, what's the oldest that you would go?
I mean, we can play this game for you. It's a very dangerous game.
It's a dangerous game set, but it is
I mean,
a game.
it's a very dangerous hypothetical that will be recorded on the internet forever, but we can play.
Anyway,
Your wife is in the other room, though.
she is legitimately.
She is
sitting at
probably
the table
listening.
at the
So,
other
yeah,
room.
we probably shouldn't play for you.
Anyway,
That's it, like I said, I'm exempt. I have
Yeah.
a wife.
I have a
It's
wife.
more like a question for you two.
I'm done. This is what he's saying.
My
I'm
wife's
good.
already older than me, but like I locked it in.
Yeah.
So
Valid.
this is more of for you guys who are still dating, what's the highest we go? And would you get freaked out if, like in Tom's scenario, like a girl you were dating commonly dated older men, but then wanted to date you? You know, like I don't know, like just like the whole age thing.
That's an
of, like,
interesting scenario.
it was like another layer.
Yeah.
Because you've done it once, and there were other issues there,
Yes.
obviously. But if you had an otherwise happy relationship, but she's like, yeah, like typically I date like 50-year-olds, so you're like a breath of fresh air. Like,
So my minimum's 22 now.
Okay.
22 to 23. And it's, as discussed, is because I feel like 21, like cool, attractive, but also like I feel like you're now 21, you want to explore like clubs and bars. I mean, I'm not saying everyone's like that, but mostly, you know, you just want the experience. And I'm kind of done with that scene.
yeah, you shouldn't deprive yourself of the
Yeah.
experience either.
So I'm not like,
From somebody who's like seen it.
yeah. So so I'm kind of like, like I can go to a bar every now and then, hang out, have a couple of drinks, but I'm not looking to be like have to keep up.
It's true.
Oldest I've been going for is like 34-ish, 32-ish. I know it's like 2-year difference. But my biggest we're just yelling right now.
But yeah,
Okay. But my biggest thing with that is like dating, like I'm willing to go date that old, but like I don't think I'd ever be able to be that serious just because like unless someone's like younger mindset, if that makes sense. Like 'cause I feel like if you're that old, you're kind of, you got your shit together. Kind of maybe, or like at least you don't want to date someone who doesn't have their shit together, you know, because you're already kind of getting later in life.
yeah.
And then I feel like the closer I get to like 34, 35, like you've already had some big milestone life experiences, you know, which I still haven't. So I feel like, what the fuck? We're just gonna record outside next time.
Yeah, just
Guess so.
in
We're
the
just gonna
sun.
record. So that's what I'm always afraid of, like dating older. Is like, I'm like, oh, maybe you've had some life experiences, and I'm like, oh, let's go do this, and then it's kind of like the vice versa of me not wanting to date like 21-year-olds, you know, because I'm like, oh, I've already kind of done that scene. Like I feel like maybe it's their kind of thing. Like I've already done that kind of thing, you know. Or if they like to date older, then I feel have the caveat of like they're used to guys who are older and kind of have their shit together, you know, and like maybe can help, maybe not provide for them solely, but at least like they know it's like a partner.
Comfortable,
And,
yeah.
Yeah. So where if they took me on, I'd be like, I'm responsible, but like I got like $2,000 in my savings account and like $1,015 in like my checking right now.
That's not bad. Just saying, most people would consider that pretty good.
Yeah, and I'm unemployed, so
Well, you know.
Like,
I'm not really a catch right now. That's why I'm gonna get sick fucking abs.
It's like abs. Okay, well,
Because you can be unemployed and have abs, and people will still want to fuck you.
that is true. That is very true. Okay, well, I guess I've done this. I have dated women who are significantly older than me. Like most recently, again, 35. So
Yeah.
what, about 5-6 years older, 7 years older than me?
You're 27?
I'm 27.
Yeah.
So right in that range. And so I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Again, that's dating, and you know, I think towards the future. So if maybe we're lining up in that regard, it's cool. But yeah, I'll be honest. After that experience, I'm more inclined to date someone closer to my age range.
Yeah, and I'm like a couple years older.
Yeah, that's
I tend to
fine.
do better with older women, like
do.
compared like a couple years older, not like
Yeah, I usually set it about right around the 32 to 33 range as far as like to my current age at 27. So like again, anywhere that's I guess within that like 5-year range,
yeah, I think 5 years is
pretty solid.
a reasonable place. Now, I mean, a lot can change in 5 years.
Oh, yeah,
but,
no.
but as long as, I think what to Tom's point too, of like if the person is in a similar place in their life, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, you could find somebody who's, you know, I don't know, 32, and like opened their own law firm and like figure their stuff out, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like,
has their their proverbial shit together.
Yeah, and you're like, well, that's not me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing bad, but I'm not there
I'm not
yet.
doing that great. I'm not doing
Like,
that great either. I'm not buying a house.
So,
But at
you
the
know,
same time, there's the lure of maybe being taken care of. I'm not saying I'm.
Well, I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
want to be
a sugar
taken
baby here,
care of
but,
though. Like I like relationships where they're even, like
I
not
know,
even, but
I'm
at
just
least
joking.
like
I'm
there
just
feels
saying
like
for a little
partner.
while
Yeah.
it might be fun.
Okay, Jay.
Whatever.
So I do want to play this game with you, but here's the caveat. You're 70 years old.
Okay. Okay.
You and your wife had a great life. 3 kids. You bought a house. You know, and unfortunately, you know, she passed away. You know, it was one of those things that kind of was sudden. You know, like weren't really planning on it. She just got sick and it happened. But in her last moments, you know, when you were sleeping in the hospital, bed right next to her, she wrote you letters. You know, to think of her.
This is an elaborate scenario.
very
and-
elaborate.
You know, you open these letters and it reminds you of her, and it's sweet. And in the last letter, you know, that you saved for Christmas Day, it's snowing.
Wow.
You have a fire.
Am I in California?
Yeah. Where the hell are you? Okay.
Texas.
We're
does
going
it
to like
snow in
San
Texas?
Antonio. It's
Yeah.
pretty much this climate.
No,
Like,
fucking just don't
go
ruin the
with
mood.
me.
Okay.
There's a fire going. Kids are over. They have their kids. You know, it's a nice, solid moment. You're in your den. You have a moment by yourself, peace and quiet. You open this letter. And by this time, you're, 71. It's been a year. And in this letter, she just pours it all out. And she goes, hey, like, don't, if you find someone, great. Like, please don't, like, hold off just for me kind of thing, right? How old would you go to date if you were 71 years old?
I mean, at that point, when you're 70, I think as old
do
or as long
whatever.
as it took.
Yeah,
You know, right?
Like, would you date a
Whatever.
90-year-old?
I guess if they're like,
How
Yeah,
young would you
spry.
go as a 70-year-old? Like,
so
what
I'm
if,
saying as young
like,
as
what
it
if-
would take. I don't
As young as it would take, brother.
Whatever.
As young as it would take.
I don't know.
like,
I
if an
found somebody
18-year-old,
that-
like, Dallas cowboy
Cowgirl?
cheerleader, like,
Cheerleader.
fucking came and was like, I love the jerky.
The jerky. The jerky.
I want to see how long I can ride your boat.
Wow.
I'd be like,
Okay, let's do this.
welcome to the tanning rack. I don't know. What do you want from me?
the tanning rack.
Ah, it's good. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think at that point, like,
It's
once
whatever you can get.
once you get past
Yeah.
65, I think it's just a free for all.
Yeah, you're
It's
playing.
kinda more
you're
like-
playing cleanup hockey, and you're just picking up whatever you can.
Reminds me of Dirty Grandpa.
It's just like,
I prefer the term manther.
Yeah.
like, bro, if you can find companionship at that point, you don't scoff at it.
exactly. Exactly.
I forgot the caveat. You do not need the blue pill. Everything works out. Still
Oh,
real
well,
great.
see,
down
that's
there. Yeah,
fantastic. Well, then we know we're good.
That being said, my wife has already made it explicitly clear that that letter would never come. She said I can fill my heart with as many dogs as I want, but she's the only woman for me.
Wow. That might be a deal breaker.
That would be.
But again, the likelihood of me surviving past my spouse is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, even as a concept.
Put that in my prenup. If she dies before
God.
me, I get to remarry.
Gotta be open to that remarriage if you pass.
Oh man, that's
I
one
didn't-
thing
I
I never.
didn't say remarriage. I just said companionship. I don't know if that's the one thing. I'm hoping to only get married once, and I want it to be the one and the only.
But you're hoping for that constant companionship.
But yeah, if one of us was to pass, I would be fine with them finding companionship.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a sexual person, so I can understand.
Real quick, can we discuss prenups?
Sure.
Like, how
Sure.
do you? Let's role play.
Okay.
Who wants to be the woman?
Sure.
Okay, Jason, you're the woman. Sterling, you're the man.
Okay.
You're having a nice dinner. You prepared because you have some big news that you're going to drop on Jason here.
Wait, no. So I need for this
Babe,
scenario.
you've overcooked the Brussels sprouts.
I know.
I'm sorry
You're
to tell you.
you're going to propose.
I'm gonna propose, but then
A
also bring
no,
up
no,
a
no, no,
prenup
no.
that
You
night?
you're already engaged.
Okay, so engaged. Okay, thank you. I
But
need this.
you're presenting a prenup. The idea of a prenup.
Okay.
So you guys are having this dinner. It's nice. You guys are talking about your day. And action.
Darling, I have something. It's kind of important to bring up.
You know I hate when you call me darling.
No, you don't. You love it, especially in bed.
Now you're being weirdly abusive. We're off to a good start, but continue.
That's great. I love this scenario. Well, all right, fine. Babe. You don't like babe either.
That's all right. Sort of neutral. You can just get to it, though.
Snickerdoodle.
I'm not feeling this.
Okay.
The scenario or the dinner?
It's dinner.
This dinner. Sorry, the Brussels sprouts are bad.
You know, I
Can
had
waste them.
a really long day at work, so
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
Well, then this is probably going to really add on top of that.
oh joy.
My family brought up the idea of a prenup to me, and I just wanted to discuss it with you. That's it. I wanted to discuss it with you. What are your thoughts
Jason
on
is just taking it in.
So cold stare. I guess, yeah, this has been a great day.
Oh, aren't you embarrassed? I'm just kidding, Mom. It's really awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
She said sorry.
Oh.
She just realized you were recording.
Oh, it's cool.
It's all good.
They just the audience just knows all your plans for the next week. It's cool.
This is my hell.
I guess go on. You ignorant man slut.
Wow. Okay. Well, again, I was just bringing up the concept. I wasn't even
So
saying
you
we should
already
get
don't
one.
trust me enough that you feel is necessary.
Yes.
No, I just wanted to talk about it.
You're
with
hedging
you.
your bets.
Did you want?
Going into
I thought you might want
a
your
sacred
assets.
covenant.
I thought your assets wanted to be protected.
What
as
assets?
well.
We've discussed
You
that I'm going to
make-
be a stay-at-home mom and we have kids.
Okay, well,
You're going to
then-
leave me with nothing, you piece of shit.
I would never do that. This is California.
Oh my God, Oscar. Let's make
We're
smart
in Texas,
choices.
apparently.
Oh,
where it
we're in
snows.
Texas. Okay, yeah, sorry. Well,
Where it snows by our hearth.
by our hearth, but just on our property.
All right, we can end it there.
You know, I would-
But that's how I feel the conversation would definitely go.
Well,
Like this-
yeah, it certainly can. That's a. Again, it depends on which party brings it up. It's,
I also think it really depends on where the parties are at.
yeah.
Prenups can make a lot of sense if you've got two wealthy parties or one very wealthy party and one maybe moderately or whatever, right? Where it's like,
Yeah.
look, I mean, I get it, but it's got to be awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Or
going
like
to
a
be fun.
situation
And-
where one party has like, say, older children from another marriage, and yes, you believe they're part of your family, but if you're concerned about them like taking advantage of your spouse or taking advantage of the estate once you pass on, it's something you have to kind of think about.
Yeah, I think there are situations where it is logical. I think there's a lot of situations where it's like, you don't need a prenup. You should just be able to work that out afterwards.
But again, that's falling down to that if like people could act adult and remove like a little bit of emotion from the situation, like clearly things have ended, things are not working out, But again, that's if things are amicable.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you would also hope that you would be able to trust the person that you married if for whatever reason it didn't work out to be an adult, right?
yeah,
like, I don't know,
be
like,
respectful. Like,
be like, I've already decided you're like a worthwhile life partner.
Yeah.
yeah, there's
Like-
there's this guy I listen to a podcast. It's relatively new. His name is Jason Nash. But it's a podcast called Views. And it's him and like a really popular YouTuber, right? And this YouTuber, like, I mean, the guy, I can't remember his name right now because I don't follow him, but like, he started off on Vine and then got made it big on YouTube doing vlogs and literally just bought like a $2.6 million house like up in the hills doing YouTube shit.
As we do. Why
But,
save money, right? Because YouTube's going to go on forever.
Yeah. But the one thing I love about Views, right, is he's like the guy who's the main person, like the main bankroll.
The driving
He's
force.
very candid about like how he makes his money and like YouTube and like all these brand deals. And then so he's like, our age or younger. He's like 22, 23, and Jason's like 44. And like they were talking about money and like relationships and stuff. And like Jason brought up how he was divorced and has two younger kids. And like, he's a nobody, if that sounds bad. Like he's a comedian and he's done some movies, but like basically the way he's famous is because he does vlogs with this popular guy, right?
Yeah.
And his wife, I guess, was like big time Hollywood, like has money. And he was saying like, yeah, we got divorced, but like when we got divorced, I didn't take any of her money. Like, like it's her money. And like, if I took that money from my wife, I'd basically be taking it from my kids. Like, like, and also like, it's not good for like to see the kids, like for us to be fighting like this over money, how was the
Yeah.
example set for the kids, So he's like, yeah, like, no, it's her money. So she kept it, like she doesn't pay me alimony and
It's her
shit.
money. She wants it now.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's like a fucking, that's actually a really like first time I ever heard of divorce and like someone actually being like, I came into this marriage and she had money and I left the marriage. I didn't like go after her assets because, it to be taken away from my.
I felt
yeah.
I deserved
Yeah.
reparations for the time served.
Yeah. And like he was talking about, he's like, yeah, and like, you know, even though she has money, I still like, I pay my child support, or, you know, they're going to Disneyland, so I'll, you know, pay her I'll scrounge together like $800, because I mean that's expensive and that's a lot just to put on one parent, you know. Like I'm like, that's fucking like the most responsible like thing ever. Like I'm a child from divorce, and like that is not how how that happened for me. Like
Nope.
I heard that and I was flabbergasted. I was like, wow, so that can actually, because it's portrayed on TV too as well, like
Very
divorce is always
rarely-
messy and
yeah.
all this stuff.
Because 90% of the time, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, very rarely do you get those amicable, like, divorces where there are two adults who are being adults about the situation. And it's not, like, against anyone. Like, yeah, it's a hard time. You're separating from a marriage. You had intended to stay with each other for the rest of your life, and then things went south. So it's, you know, that's a rough scenario.
It's gotta be one of the most trying moments of your life, but at the same time, yeah, just to be able to like
Step away.
I think another problem with it, unfortunately, I don't know why we got talking about divorce, like as like I mean the prenup thing, but like now we're just like it's just a divorce podcast,
Dude, you know, fucking Chubby Cat is just one of those places where we're just open. We're like a blooming onion,
It's just
and
funny.
we just want you to
I'm
come on in.
Just considering, I'm like, how do we get to this jovial topic?
I don't know, man.
I think part of the issue too is that when you look at the culture and like I mentioned like TV and you know how things are portrayed or whatever, like it's almost like an expectation. And if you get any kind of like legal counsel, they're gonna like encourage you.
Yeah, because they want to make their buck too.
They're like, you gotta pay me, and then you're like, well, that by the point that you feel it's necessary to upgrade, like whether you just like, look, I'm worried or whatever, or that you know I want to protect what is mine. Then you're like, well, now I also have to pay for this guy, so like I want to help cover those costs, and like I can see it snowballing very quickly.
Yeah.
Into I'm trying to cover my costs for X, Y, and Z, and then this, and then my time out of work to go to like these hearings, and all of a sudden, you are going after their money. It's just like, you know. But,
real quick, you guys, if Chubby Cat ever becomes like a big thing and we do become corporate and we all sign our little contract things, and we for some reason ever like break up or one of us decides to leave, can we do it amicably?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I can't imagine ever wanting to leave you.
Amicably? I know what I'm saying, but like I mean.
My heart.
What if you're just like, you know, I'm not feeling this company. It's not really doing good for my image, so I'm gonna sell my shares. I'm out. You know, let's not Facebook it or War Dogs it.
no.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, let's just be like, hey,
Good reference, by the by.
yeah. It's the second time he's gone through those chords.
Yeah.
He just likes to play dangerous.
He's the worst.
He plays fast and loose. That Bassett.
He is.
Oh God.
It's good stuff.
Oh,
okay.
new commission piece.
Okay.
Fucking Chubbs fighting Oscar armor on a field. Can you draw it? Renaissance style.
I think Oscar would win.
Absolutely.
But it's like them clash in battle. It's not like
Okay.
Victoria.
I don't
like
need
it's
to see
like
the
it's
result.
like
I just wanna
Rocky.
watch it,
You know,
yeah.
it's like Rocky 2, like ending like.
Oh, the
Freeze
fist.
frame.
Yeah,
Did Russia or USA win? I don't know. I don't want to cause the Cold War with a movie.
No, we don't really talk about it
What?
like in the other movies.
Yeah, we don't.
Just like
Nope, never mentioned
What
it
happened?
ever again.
No. I don't know.
just fight.
Ask me about it when I'm older. That's a horrible Stallone.
That was pretty awful, but you know, it's okay.
Oh, like Stallone is like a backwards like inbred redneck.
Yeah.
Like, from
How does he-
Louisiana swamps.
I don't even know how to
He's on like what?
beef. Like,
Wow.
because he punches beef. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
That's the best. My God.
Oh, when I put it on the spot like this, I can't do it. I was
Canceling the apocalypse.
canceling the apocalypse.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. If you want to hear my amazing voices, listen to our other podcast, Homebrewed Heroes, out every other Thursday. Pretty sick. I do great voices on there. They pretty much all sound the same.
Is that all British?
They started as kind of like separate voices, and they all
did.
became kind of a deep, gruff
They
British
all become
man.
deep, gruff British men.
Yeah.
Even the women.
It's not inaccurate.
Okay, so I wanted to end on this note.
Okay.
We're going to go a little over, but I kind of want... So last night we saw my brother and me live
Yes.
at Balboa Theater.
Yes.
It was fucking sick.
Was.
I went home and masturbated about it,
Wow. I did
Damn.
not
thinking about
sleep.
Griffin and the boys.
Okay.
That's a lie. I made that up. I was just trying to be funny. I'm sorry.
Trying to be cool.
Just trying to be cool. Just trying to fit in with the cool kids. Spoiler. So there's a point in the show where one kid asked for advice of how to be like more improvic, and like he wants to be a stand-up comedian, and the brothers just flat out were like, come up here, 60 seconds, fucking no help, like tell a joke, like either you're gonna kill or not, and then do it. So I on the car ride home, and then this morning when I was at work, like I was just thinking about that situation a lot, because the kid went up, and I mean, granted, the audience I feel he had was a little bit more
We were receptive. To it.
yeah, receptive. Like the story was funny, but it wasn't really like a typical comedian setup. You know, it wasn't really like a punch. But I enjoyed it. Like I was like, oh, it's a funny story, and like he went for it, which was fucking great.
And, like he said, he never prepared for it. He was like,
he just fucking was like, I'm gonna do
he
this.
had about 15 seconds to think of a routine.
Yeah,
for like 1
and
minute.
he did it, and I was
And
like,
he
oh
pulled it off,
shit.
yeah.
I was like, okay, like awesome. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, if I was put in that situation, like if Justin McElroy, like for some reason was just like, get up here, 60 seconds, be funny. Like I was like, what the fuck would I talk about? So I wanted to present, like I wanted to ask you that question, like boom, like I'm gonna put on a timer. Actually, yeah, this is great. I'm gonna put on a timer.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
And we're
Jesus.
each gonna do this.
Okay.
But you're gonna have 15 seconds, and then after that 15 seconds, you have 60 minutes
60
to be
minutes.
60 seconds
Okay.
to be funny.
Oh, this is so. I'm so anxious right now.
I know.
Is anyone else's heart?
Do you know what I don't want to be? Is a stand-up comedian.
My
I know.
left arm just got a little.
Who wants to go
feeling.
first?
Oh,
Do you
not
want,
me.
Do you want to pull straws?
I don't. I need a moment.
Oh, you don't get a moment. You get 15 seconds.
I guess you're up first.
Yeah.
Oh god, I wasn't like thinking.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it. None of us are.
Okay, but no cheating. Like you can't be thinking about shit. Like
I mean, all right.
gotta pay attention and laugh.
All right.
Okay, wait. You want to run the timer then?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 seconds. All right, 15 seconds. 15 seconds and
Go.
start it. So I'm thinking, ha ha ha, come up on stage. Oh man, this is fucking crazy. All right, this is cool. Okay, this is cool. Awesome. Great. It's still 15 seconds going on? 'Cause I'm-
You're here at 12.
okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Great.
All right,
and
that's
then
15.
okay. You want to start it
How many
for
times did you gonna say awesome and great?
I'm just fucking trying to formulate a story and I'm not ready. All right.
All right, 60 seconds starts now.
Okay, so I'm single. It's pretty great being single, right? Here in San Diego, a lot of fine women in here, especially at Comic-Con. I love the costumes. But it's really scary being at Comic-Con and being an older gentleman and being attracted to women, because sometimes, you know, you want to go up and talk to someone, but you find out they're 12 years old, but they look like they're 20 and they're in a Scarlett Johansson uniform. A lot of talking about touching lately, involuntary touching. I'll say
Wow. You got really off. Huh.
and
Shit, it's funny, but I don't think it's intentionally
and so you know, so you don't want to be a child molester.
Wow. Yeah, you really don't. You really don't.
I just want to end up on Dateline.
On Dateline.
Please sit down. That was my punchline.
55 seconds.
Wow.
Just watching you struggle.
Just start the flop sweat from your forehead for a second there. Like,
I was like,
listening.
I got this. And all of a sudden,
I got this. I don't
I was
got
like,
this.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know.
Started out strong. And
It really did.
don't want to be a
Well,
child molester.
Lester.
Dateline.
Just start throwing out words.
I couldn't have planned a routine in that time frame if I wanted to.
Okay.
I was ensorcelled by it.
Oh, God, I spit all over my pop filter.
Oh, God.
Now imagine if that was me on stage during the McElroy's pop theater. Just like, Dateline. Child molester, please sit down.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Who wants to go next?
Oh, no.
Fine, I'll do it. Let's do
Seriously.
this.
All right, so you have 15 seconds starting now to formulate a joke.
I did not come prepared for this scenario.
Even-
Even thinking about it last night, I was like, man, how did he do that?
14. All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
And go.
Well, something I always enjoy talking about is sex, and that's awkward because it seems like every single man likes to talk about sex. But I recently went on a first date, and this was a question she brought up to me, and so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking this is a great date, it's going fine, and she just stops and is like, "What do you think about sex?" I'm like, "I'm mid-bite of a shepherd's pie, and this woman has just asked me about sex." I'm dead wall-eyed, just staring at her like, "Well, I enjoy it," is the first awkward statement out of my mouth, followed shortly thereafter by, then she follows up with about online dating and like how she's tired of the hookup culture. I'm like, okay, this come, we're back in some clear waters, we're talking about something relevant. Yeah, I don't particularly like where things are now. I like to formulate a connection. That's kind of what I'm driving towards here, and so I think I've saved myself. And she just pauses, and this is the most pregnant, awkward pause ever. And then she takes a bite of my shepherd's pie, and that's how we ended that conversation.
Okay, that was time.
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny, but that was a weird story.
Sorry.
Also, I really enjoyed the use of pregnant as like a phrase of like time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Sorry, I'm not really funny, guys. The only reason I'm funny is because I'm dry. That's about it.
Yeah, no, dude, I got you. Stand-up comedy's not my thing.
No,
I literally have
no. Like I'm seriously like that's what I was saying. I was like I don't know how to segue. Like I was telling words. Okay.
Like I can do good commentary.
Right.
Yes.
And I can roll off of things.
Here we go. So 15 seconds to formulate. Ready? And
shit.
Start. That was hard. You are sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Like my throat is hot.
By the way, I did not touch cosplayers or anyone at Comic-Con.
That's a good thing
nothing.
To cover, just in case.
And also, I can tell the difference most of the time between an 17-year-old and 20-year-old. It's just sometimes,
Comic-Con's confusing.
Comic-Con's confusing time when you see some 17-year-old girl dressed up in an outfit and you're like, "How old are you? Should I talk to you?" I don't know.
You see some things.
It does get weird.
You ready?
I guess so.
And go.
So while we were at the show last night, there were some interesting things that were being discussed about Comic-Con, scenarios that were unusual. This one didn't really tie into Comic-Con, but it caught my interest, and it caught the brothers' interest as well. There was a furry convention in LA where a police officer was called by PETA to show up and start arresting people, I guess, for unfair animal practices. And it kind of came to light. I guess, like, I'm just trying to put myself in the mindset of that officer, right? You show up, there's a whole bunch of people. Are you familiar with the furry fandom? Don't really know. And then, like, how do you prioritize who to arrest? Do you go for the scariest looking furry? Or do you try to find the one that's, like, the biggest built? Or, like, do you make them take off their mask? Or do you I don't know, like, I try to antagonize people. Something about a segue here. And there's a punchline in there somewhere. I don't know. I'm terrible at stand-up, but I really did enjoy like just pondering over that during the question.
Okay, a minute. So it was good. Like I was like, like bringing up something topical. It's normally
That's good.
That's
good.
right. And then I'm like, and then there's some point where you bring it home, and there's like a delivery system.
I thought you were gonna go something along the lines like, what happens if he released his canine unit and then he just started joining the orgy? Like,
yeah, there was. Do
you have to get a furry cop in? I mean,
definitely some places that could have gone in more than 15 seconds of planning. So definitely props to the guy that came up there and had a
story and
banged
just
it out.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. My heart is literally still pounding from crashing and burning so hard.
Something about Dateline and touching kids.
Child molestation, Comic-Con.
It was
To be
funnier.
fair, it was about not wanting to do that.
Not wanting to. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
There was a thread of morality through that.
Oh, but that's going to do it for us, you guys, this week on Chubby Cat Podcast. We're going to go play some Destiny 2 beta before it closes out this evening. Then we're also going to do a puzzle room because we're fucking sick.
God, that was awesome. I love man. The listeners really missed out on the look that you gave
It was
the
like
mic.
such a condescending look of like, duh.
Yeah. Anyways, but thank you guys so much for listening. Please like and subscribe. Please. Like at this point, I think I'm just gonna write an own review so you guys have an example of what a review looks like.
It can even be.
model
We
review.
even do a bad one.
Yeah, like I'll just be like, hey, this podcast is mediocre and okay, but it gets better every episode, so keep listening. This is Tom, by the way. I don't know, something cool like that.
I'll give myself a $10 gift card.
Right. We're gonna hold off on the $10 gift card for this month. we still have no winners for last month. So, because I'm thinking maybe if we save up a month, maybe $20.
Yeah, will that
Sweeten
sweeten
the
the pot?
Will that sweeten that honey pot? Will that sweeten that honey bush?
There we go.
You Pooh Bear? You want to get
Okay.
down in that honey bush? Let's go.
Did I was talking about Winnie the Pooh yesterday? Why does no one call him Winnie?
Winnie.
That's a good try.
the-
Why is
or
it always Pooh?
Legitimately Winnie
The Pooh. Pooh Bear. Because doesn't it say Pooh on his shirt?
It does. Everything is
does.
Pooh. It
Everything
says
is
Pooh in
Pooh.
his house.
Mm.
And
The Pooh.
I don't know. I was like looking it up, trying to like figure it out, and
Do you perhaps think that's part of where like the shit came from? Like you're the shit, the Pooh.
you're the Pooh.
I would
don't know.
love,
I
I
don't
would
know.
love for that to be the scenario, but
Right? I don't know. I guess Winnie's short for Winifred, but that's all I got.
Yeah.
Winifred.
Well, if
And-
you know the
and
answer,
Pooh
you can
was the name of
email
the
us or tweet
swan.
us at chubbycatcrew or email us at chubbycatpodcast@gmail.com. But as always, thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Tom, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely brothers who are
Sterling and Jason. Boom.
Boom.
Stole it.
done.
did.
That's an outro, bitch.
That's an outro.
And as always, rub-a-dub fucking chub.